Our first guest, and I asked a very important question. So to find out what that question is, take a look at the trailer for Dinesh D'Souza's new film, Police State.
We honor you, Father, for all that you've done for us.
Chief Division Counsel and DOJ have approved a no-knock breach. We want the subject to be on display, doing the walk of shame, full visual impact. Any questions?
Are we becoming a police state?
Government told American citizens they couldn't go to church on Sunday.
For the first time in my life, I'm saying to myself, am I going to get a knock at the door?
FBI warrant, come to the door now!
The Patriot Act and FISA were used against Donald Trump.
These individuals have commissioned the biggest propaganda play in U.S. history.
They don't go after the people that rigged the election. They go after the people that want to find out what the hell happened.
We don't need to have a crime. What we need is a person to look at. And then we go find out what crime you did.
FBI! Our focus is shifting. Our main priority as a bureau is going to be domestic terrorism.
Really paints anybody who's right of center.
If you're a pro-life, pro-family Catholic, they define you as radical.
These are anti-government,
We have freedom of religion and freedom of speech!
violent extremists, and they must be dealt with. We can do anything we want.
Without further ado, joining us now to discuss his latest film, Police State, exclusively in theaters October 23rd and 25th, is author and award-winning filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, thanks for being here tonight.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Great, so congrats on the new film. It sounds like it's going to be another blast, another hit like all of your other previous titles. Now, walk us through what we just saw in that trailer.
Well, you know, the big question has emerged out of all the little questions that we're seeing all around us. So we see mass surveillance, we see systematic censorship, practiced often with the collaboration of government. We see ideological indoctrination in the schools, in the media. We see political targeting, the criminalization of political differences, for the first time, political prisoners in this country. I don't know of any other example in non-wartime U.S. history of there being political prisoners, but there are now. And so all of this, the effort to establish a one-party state, all of this raises the huge question, is the United States losing its claim to be a free society? In other words, are we becoming a police state? And that is a question that is taken seriously by this movie.
It is, and I know on the website as well for the movie, you guys linked to a poll that Rasmussen just did. I think it came out in September 21st, I believe. So just literally, a week or two ago. So very, very recently, finding that as many as 72%, so about 2/3 of all voting age adults in this nation do believe that we are becoming a police state. So do you think that kind of bolsters when you talk about this film that it's not just something you're saying, it's what the people are feeling? You're just perhaps putting words and images to a sentiment that so many are already sharing.
Well, there is certainly a widespread sentiment on the conservative side that the country is moving toward a police state. I'm not saying we've become a full-fledged police state, but I think we are a police state, you may say, under construction. And the reason that people on the right say this is because they experience it. They feel it. Not just Trump, not just the people who went in the Capitol on January 6th, all of us. Now, on the left, you have some people who say, well, this is nonsense because I'm not being censored and I don't think the FBI is going to come and bash my door down. And those people are actually correct. But the reason that none of that will happen to them is they're the people helping to build the police state. The other interesting thing, Kara, that I think is contained in the Rasmussen survey, and you have to sort of tease it out, there are some Democrats who think that there is a police state emerging, but we are creating it. In other words, they think that Trump and the right are responsible for building a police state. And they think it's not just the so-called authoritarianism of Trump, but they say you're going after abortion rights, you're going after trans rights. So you have a sort of different definition of freedom and liberty. And from the left's point of view, we are the architects of the new American police state.